you raise taxes, everybody feels that. So this is why we're doing fundraisers.
The Worley Fire District needs your help to help protect Kootenai County. We'll share how tonight.
We saw a little bit of rain today, but sunshine returns tomorrow and temperatures will be warming back up into the 80s for the upcoming week.
After meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska this weekend, President Trump is set to meet with the Ukrainian president to discuss peace. Well, thanks for making KREM 2 News at 6 a part of your Saturday. I'm Christian Garza. Cody has the night off. Well, new tonight, the Worley Fire District's asking for the community's help through multiple fundraisers to build a new fire station. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy tells us more.
I'm standing at the proposed site of a new fire station here in Worley, and its firefighters are hosting fundraisers to try to make it a reality. There's more to see and hear than bison at the H2H Bison Ranch in Worley on Saturday. Newman Lake singer Richard Earls says he's performing for the same reason everyone else is here.
I like to do a couple charity events every year, and this one kind of struck me, and I thought this was a good opportunity to give back a little bit.
His vocal talents are on display to help the Worley Fire District to eventually establish a new fire station here at the Larson and Rolling Hills Road Cross. A project the fire district estimates will take close to $600,000 to complete.
We have enough to get it off the ground, get the project going, but not enough to complete it.
However, Fire Chief for Worley Fire District Scott Campos says they've already raised roughly $390,000 this summer. His goal for the new station is to earn the money strictly through fundraisers.
When you raise taxes, everybody feels that. So this is why we're doing fundraisers. We've been doing them throughout the community all summer long.
There's more fundraisers on the books just like this one, and every penny donated goes towards the new station. Campos says it's a way to ask for the community's help during a time of need to eventually give neighbors more resources when it comes to emergencies. The new station located would include an air ambulance landing zone. Campos says that's needed in rural areas like Worley.
A lot of gravel roads, dirt roads, all agricultural land, so to have a helipad that's paved is significant.
With the fundraiser like this bringing people together at the ranch, Earls is excited to see what's to come for first responders in Idaho, hoping his voice helps elevate the voice of local first responders.
Especially after everything that's happened recently in Idaho, and I just think the firefighters and the community, they need as much support as they can get right now. So here I am.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Now, there are several more fundraisers happening for the fire station over the next few weeks. You can head to our website, krem.com, to find out more about them. Well, evacuations are downgraded for much of the area near the Crescent Road fire in Lincoln and Spokane counties. Now, while the fire is still 0% contained, it hasn't grown much since yesterday and is still estimated at just under 900 acres. Now, fire crews kept the Sunset Fire at roughly 2,700 acres overnight. It's burning northeast of Athol along Lake Ponderay. Level 3 Go Now evacuations are in place for the entire Ponderosa neighborhood. The fire is still 0% contained, and we know so far at least 3 structures have been destroyed. There is also an evacuation center at the Kokolala Bible Camp for displaced residents. The Bonner County Fairgrounds is also open for evacuated livestock on a limited basis. Well, now let's switch things over to weather tonight. Cooler and wetter conditions this weekend are good news for fire crews, but as summer warmth comes back next week, let's check in with meteorologist Michelle Boss for a look at what the changing conditions mean for the area.
Yeah, that summer warmth is coming back tomorrow, in fact. We did get some much needed rain across the region this morning. Even Moses Lake picked up 300ths of an inch, so it's nice to see some of that wet weather in central Washington, about 500ths of an inch in Spokane and about 1/10 in Coeur d'Alene. But as we can see on satellite and radar, the clouds are clearing out, and I can even see quite a bit of blue sky out here right now. The rain is well off to our east. We are looking at a return of that sunshine tomorrow, and that will help temperatures warm back up into the 80s for Spokane. Though we're already seeing the 80s in central Washington. They've had a little bit more sunshine today. today. 82 in Grand Coulee, 85 in Othello. We're in the 70s here in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and even a little bit cooler where they've been hanging on to a little bit more cloud cover and saw rain earlier this afternoon. Look at the next 12 hours, clearing skies for tonight. We'll see lows bottom out in the upper 50s and lower 60s, and then we're back into the 80s tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow. A few morning clouds on Monday and maybe a sprinkle, but otherwise a dry day. 83, and temperatures continue to heat up for later on in the week. By Tuesday, we'll be in the upper 80s.
Thank you, Michelle. Well, new tonight, a Spokane man is behind bars after the Spokane Police Department arrested him on multiple charges, including kidnapping. Police first responded to a call Thursday night near Green Street and Sprague Avenue, where they found an injured man laying on the street with significant injuries. Then yesterday morning, a relative of a Spokane woman called police and said they feared that she'd been kidnapped by that same suspect accused of assaulting a man the night before. Now, police say the two victims knew each other and that the woman had a protection order against the suspect. SWAT later found both the woman and the suspect in a home on the 3700 block of East 26th Avenue. The suspect was taken into custody without incident. In Idaho news tonight, Idaho Governor Brad Little signed an executive order he calls the Idaho Act. Now, this act orders all state agencies to reduce their general fund spending for the current fiscal year by 3%. However, it excludes K-12 public schools. Now, the Idaho Education Association is reacting to this news. Now, IEA President Lane McAnally released a statement on behalf of the organization's members, writing in part, while the need for these holdbacks could have easily been avoided, IEA members believe Governor Little is right to spare Idaho's public schools, students, and classrooms from even more fiscal austerity, while lawmakers write checks to the wealthy. Well, coming up on KREM 2 News, following his meeting with Vladimir Putin, Trump is set to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky next week. We'll share the details of that meeting. And with the new school year just right around the corner, we'll give you tips on how students and parents alike can get a good night's sleep.